Hello, welcome everybody watching outside of the Discord. This is going to be an Alpha Sharks overview. We're going to be doing an overview of the view and going over any questions that any Alpha Sharks holders actually have. And going to be doing a giveaway as well. So going to let some people jump in here and we'll get started. All right. Welcome those watching outside of the Discord. This is going to be an Alpha Sharks overview. We're going to be going over the view and going over some of the trading view indicators today, and going to be going over any questions that any Alpha Sharks holders actually have. So let's actually jump right into that. Cool. So first screen we're actually going to pop up is going to be our trend page. Just kind of almost ritual-like at this point. We'd like to kind of end up on our trend page just to see what's kind of going on for the day. So what I like to do is come to the top here and change to our 24-hour time frame. And personally, I like to see a few metrics, and these are going to be a couple of them, and it's going to be volume and amount of sales. So when we're actually moving and calculating by different time frames, we're actually going to be calculating by ascending sales. So though we're calculating by sales, one of the main factors I do like to look at is going to be volume, because when we have volume coming into projects, this is going to show major demand coming in. Those sales is a good indicator for demand. It's not as great of an indicator as volume is actually going to be. Having an indication of both or a combination of both is something we prefer, but something I really like to lean more towards is going to be volume. So let's actually jump into what has the most volume on the 24-hour time frame. So if we actually start off with the first project, Rug Pool, 168 ETH traded, we can see that's actually quite a bit more than Teddy's that we have right beneath that, and actually quite a bit more than the one right beneath that as well. Then we actually have Moths coming in here with 255 ETH traded. We can actually see that's more than Rug Pool itself. Then we can actually see down here Splat. Splat's definitely something to keep an eye on, because we have 746 ETH volume traded. This is not something to kind of just bypass. This is serious volume coming in. We're almost pushing 4-digit ETH volume coming in on the 24-hour time frame. So usually triple-digit ETH is a good indicator on the 24-hour, and we're starting to see that with a few projects. So that's starting to tell us that we're starting to get some more liquidity coming into the space. So we should have a few projects kind of moving within today. So let's actually keep going down and seeing what else has triple-digit ETH volume. Down here, Gatsby Tools, 126 ETH volume traded. Nice unique holder count right here. Something definitely to keep an eye on as well. If we start seeing this on lower time frames, this is definitely going to be something we're going to want to keep an eye on. Let's keep going down the line. Nyolin's 202 ETH volume traded. That's definitely something we also want to keep an eye on as well. We do want unique holders and percent listed to kind of go in our favor. So if we start seeing that on lower time frames, again, we want to kind of keep an eye out for that. And let's keep going down the line and seeing if there's anything else that's kind of catching our attention. Begin with 101 ETH, 5% listed. That's pretty decent statistic that we have here. So if this NBCP starts going up over time, this could be something that we could be watching as well. So let's actually go into smaller time frames to see what's actually in play for now, if we have anything in play for now. So let's jump back into our 1 hour time frame and see exactly what's trading the most ETH right now. Again, where's the most demand coming in at this point? 1 sec. So let's actually take a look. And down here, we're actually going to see that triple digit ETH volume is not going to be something normal on this 1 hour chart, which is going to make sense because, again, we have less data to calculate within a smaller time frame. So now we have to, again, kind of look for what's quote unquote normal and then see what's, I guess, out of that norm. So up here, Sillies with 12 ETH volume traded. That's actually double-digit ETH volume, and we're not seeing anything double-digit ETH volume traded on this column. So that's going to be definitely an abnormality that we're going to want to take a look at on the smaller time frames as well. So let's go down the list and see if there's anything else that's starting to catch our attention. Not anything really coming close to that double-digit ETH volume. So let's go to something like a 15-minute, and again, pretty much do the same breakdown. So 3 ETH volume traded, so not too much volume traded within the hour that we're seeing, but lots of volume coming in on the 24-hour. So we could be in kind of a accumulation zone for particular projects. Let me see. I just want to open this question up. Is anybody in the chat right now inside of any of the projects that are trending that they wanted me to kind of go over in particular? And which was it? Oh, Neolins. Where is it at? Down here. Sure, let's go over Neolins. Interesting. I was looking at this one as well. So let's actually break down the top portion. I like breaking down the stat bar down here or up top. I like breaking this down into little sections, and having owners and supply right next to each other is going to give us the unique holder ratio. Again, pushing about 50% is something we're definitely kind of looking for. It's going to correlate with our sell walls, and we can see that, again, there's not very many purple holders, meaning 10 plus token holders down here, which is going to pretty much correlate with our unique holder ratio here. Other thing I was looking at was NVCP of Neolines, which was 9.18, and this has kind of been steadily climbing. I believe it was at like 8 point something earlier, but I could be mistaken on that. Definitely a number that, and in the range that we're looking for potentially a swing trade if volume can potentially keep pushing Neolines, and we can keep getting blue chip holders coming into the project itself. So pushing that 7 to 10%. Once you start getting into that 12-15% range, that's definitely something to keep an eye on. If you can start getting other statistics starting to kind of correlate with that as well. The next one's going to be listings, and I like looking at listings not only here, but if you pop up the summary page on the right hand portion, this little project summary tab, you can actually see the percent listed, which is a nice little percent that we get, and that's going to be about 23%. We like to see that more towards about 15 to 10, but again, doesn't mean that this does not have the power to push through these listings. Just makes it a thinner wall to kind of get through the smaller this number actually is. So a nice metric to look at here. And when we're on a, I guess, bigger time frame, looking for projects that have kind of been out for, I guess, more than a day, I kind of like going into the trading view portion myself. I just see candlesticks a lot better that way. Some people prefer the plot charts themselves. Just the way I personally see them. I think candlesticks display kind of a better picture of kind of what's actually happening. Um, so a few people actually have issues with, I guess, illiquidity of seeing the candlestick. So we're gonna kind of go over how to kind of break that down. So um, first things first, if you're starting to see a project that has just came out, one of the my favorite charts to use is probably going to be the 1 hour. Um, so if this is, oh, it's actually been a few days, so you can actually see how clean the candlesticks are actually here on the 1 hour chart. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. I'm not looking for anything with lots of wicks that are kind of happening. If we're starting to see lots of wicks, like let's say on the 30-minute, even on the 30-minute, it's pretty clean. 15 minutes, pretty clean as well. So something like the 5 minute right here. When we're seeing stuff like this, like uh, where I guess no price action is kind of happening, this is where we kind of want to zoom out of the candlesticks, meaning that there's not enough liquidity coming into the project that we're looking at the moment in time that we're looking at it. So if we start seeing lots of heavy wicks or very little candlesticks that are pretty much displaying nothing, no price action, we're going to want to zoom out just a little bit. And you can see how that's going to minimize. We're still going to get wicks coming in due to people who have, I guess, fat finger listings and people who kind of pick those up if those are many transactions that are coming through. But let's say you still don't like seeing those wicks, you can keep zooming out on the time frames to, again, try to get rid of those. But I'm really liking the Neolings chart right now. It's really just holding kind of this uptrend. And one of the few things I was seeing was we're creating a range, and we're creating a low, a high, and then we're getting the retrace. And then one of the things we like to talk about is kind of this ABCD pattern that happens over and over and over again, where we get the kind of pull up, the breakthrough, we get the buyers coming in thinking that it's going to continue to break out, and that's just not the case. Where our listings, notice right here at why is my timing off? That's very odd. Oh no, it's not off on that hour chart. Right here, where are we at? That's not done. I forgot we don't have all-time listings. Apologies. When no matter what chart we're looking at, if we had all-time listings here, we would notice that we would start seeing amount of listings rise from, is this October 18th, about, I don't know, 7-8 hours ago, pushing this around this time zone, we would be seeing our listings starting to rise over time, and we are starting to see that on the 15-minute chart as of right now. But one thing we do talk about is that if we do get this pullback on this range, no matter what chart we're looking at, this could be a daily chart, an hour chart, a minute chart, a 5-minute chart. That's the beauty of technical analysis. It's as long as you're reading the candlesticks right, and you have the patience to kind of wait it out. If it's on a bigger time frame, like something like this could be a very nice potential play. And we're seeing right now that we're bouncing right off of just multi-day trend line that's kind of happened here. We got our bottom zone, top range, we're getting the pullback, but did our pullback breach our last low? And this is where we always talk about the potential movement back up to retest the high and to see, okay, what's going to happen here? Are buyers actually going to take control and keep buying it up? Or are we going to get a retrace before we even get to this last high? And we can see our kind of MACD, if we're there for the last sessions, we talked about the MACD indicator being a momentum indicator that we're definitely going to want to look at. And especially having this on the 1 hour, this is going to be a zone that we're definitely going to want to look at for potential reversal. So we do have this kind of pattern that has been setting up for a reversal. And one of the things that we do want to see is we want to see increase in volume. We want to see buyers start taking control here, and we want to see our listings start to kind of decrease here. This kind of keeps jumping around, so I'm not sure what exactly this is doing. Might be some ghost listings going on, or we might be bugged itself. But nonetheless, we do, if we are looking for some type of dip buy here, notice we can actually draw a horizontal resistance or what was resistance, which is now potentially turned into support. We can draw that line here. And what we're looking for is potential buyers to start coming in to start buying this up. And one of the main factors that is going to help us or get the price action to actually reverse is going to be listings themselves. So as opposed to seeing listings create kind of higher highs, we want to see them kind of do something opposite. We kind of want to see them reverse towards that 1500, 1400 zone, as opposed to kind of doing what it's actually doing right now. Do you mind me asking your entry, Hunchable? Sure. Nice. I like it. No, I'd say one thing to watch out is listings. If you can get listings to start coming down and you can start getting this MBCP to push like 10 and you start seeing that rise a little bit, I think you're going to start seeing some buyers start coming in to get the dip down. Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully, if the team has some type of news, that would be pretty helpful down at this zone too. If they have any, that would be pretty helpful. Cool. You seen that the MACD's helping you out a little bit? Not yet. Heard. Just try it out, man. You keep putting these on the charts, and you're going to see lots of different correlations that you're going to be like, oh my god, there's a trend line that just happens to be there, like we're seeing here. Just a multi-day trend line that just happens to be here, and we're starting to potentially curl. I mean, even though that we're getting more listings here, this is an hour chart that we're looking at, so this is obviously going to take a little more time, but yeah, watching this, if you can correlate this, I don't think I touched on this very heavily the last time. You guys can correlate the MACD on something like a bigger time frame, like an hour chart, and you can have it also match on like the 15-minute. Like notice here, we're starting to actually curl. We're kind of starting to top out on our MACD here, just kind of telling us that, hey, bulls are starting to kind of we're starting to lose momentum, at least on the 15-minute, and we can also kind of see that due to the listings here as well. And let's actually see what's on the 5. 5 is actually saying we lost the momentum already, so we can actually see that that's actually the intermediate price action that we're seeing. But yeah, if you can get these to kind of line up, like if the 5 is just starting to bottom out and the 15, let's say it was actually the opposite and flipped, and it was just starting to bottom out and starting to curl towards past our orange signal line, that would give us a bigger burst of energy, because at that point, that's telling us that not only on a 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, and an hour. It's telling us that across all those time frames, that momentum for bulls, no matter what time frame that we're looking at, that 5, 15, 30 minute, 1 hour, that they're all in line for us to be in momentum of that direction. So when you have multiple, I guess, time frames kind of lining up like that, you're going to see a lot more, I guess, powerful move. But again, just using that alone as an indicator is not going to be very great. Again, if you can see kind of listings start to kind of deteriorate at that point, and you start seeing, I guess, 1 hour cancel starting to rise and NBCP starting to rise as well, that can kind of be a really good indication for potential reversals at that point too. If anybody had any questions regarding anything of the tool, I really want to kind of open this up to you guys, to open up any questions that you guys have, or any concerns or suggestions that anybody has for the actual tool itself, or if there's anything that you've been struggling with that you kind of want more information on. Definitely now's the time to either type that out in Educator chat, or you can also unmute your mic as well. But yeah, definitely want to get your guys' questions answered. There's lots to the tool. We definitely want to incorporate all the ideas for kind of all types of traders. So if anybody has any suggestions as well, do not be afraid to drop that in. Yeah, like a watch list kind of thing. Not yet. We do have an update. Yeah, we do have an update coming out pretty soon that we might have that feature on there. I can't 100% confirm that or not, but that is definitely something that we're talking about. Talking about lots of automation that we're seeing with some tools coming out as well. But this next update that we're coming out with is going to be pretty neat, and it's going to dive a lot more deeper into, I guess, who's holding these projects and kind of where that money's going, which is going to be really interesting. But yeah, long story short, that is being talked about, and I believe that could be coming out in the next update. Yeah. Mm, yes. Awesome. That's good, man. Glad to hear. Wow. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on it. So, so what that number is indicating is that, if you see that this, I guess, left-hand portion of our listings, this is going to indicate listing nature. So you're not going to want to mistake that. Here, what this is telling us is that the people that are listing at this point, these tokens, I guess 17 for, I guess, the green token, people who hold one NFT, we're seeing that these many people are putting up these amount of listings at this point. So person, I guess, wallet A, who would be considered green, there's 17 of those wallets that we're picking up that hold one particular token of the NFT that we're looking at. If correct, that they're indicating that they have 2 to 4 tokens in their wallet. It's not indicating that 2 to 4 tokens are actually listed at that point. Yes. So yeah, that's a really good question, because that could be a very misconstrued, I guess, statistic that you want to look at. But yeah, that's the people. It's not the amount. So if we're seeing the purple amount, it's not saying that 3 people are posting or listing 10 plus tokens at that point. It's saying that we're indicating that the person listing, there's 3 people that are listing at this point who have 10 plus tokens. Does that kind of make sense? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. That for me, it would depend where we're at on the actual chart, and that would also go into what's the nature of the people that are listing. So this goes into, you'll see that there's green, red, and a white breakdown right here. New listing is going to indicate that it's a first. No, no, you're good. This is just indicating that, hey, this NFT that's being listed is up for the first time. If you're starting to see lots of reds back to back, which is relisted down, it's saying that this person has undercut themselves. And if you're starting to see lots of those kind of coming in, and you're starting to see, like you said, back to back 10 plus tokens that are holding, it's probably those people that are doing it. So pretty much. Um, That's awesome, man. I hope it does, because it's a good breakdown. Yeah, it's a really good breakdown. If you can, again, just know that these walls, the cumulative is what we're looking at, but the I guess color coded breakdown is just an additional kind of insight that we're looking at. It's saying, hey, the amount of listings is 18 here, like the front wall that we're looking at is 18, but we're just letting you know that the people that are listing, this is who's listing, because I guess we're kind of grouping them into, I guess, the smaller wallets, medium wallets, bigger wallets, and kind of the biggest wallets. Kind of makes sense. Pretty much. Exactly, because if there's a lots of 10 plus tokens stacked on top of each other and they're not getting filled, meaning there's not lots of demand coming in, what do you think's going to happen to listings and the actual price action? Listings are going to keep rising, and you're going to see listing nature. You're going to see lots of reds coming in because they're going to want to de-risk at that point, and you have lots of people wanting to do that. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Exactly. Yep. Yep. And that's why we kind of color code them. So if you start to see lots of purples, that's kind of something I like to stay away from. Just because I like to see lots of greens, because if there's only people with one token, just think about that on a seller perspective. If you only have one token and this keeps rising, it's a lot easier to hold on to that, as opposed to just letting that go, as opposed to if you had 10 plus tokens. Because if this keeps rising and I have 10 plus tokens, it's cool to de-risk 5 of them or 7 of them. You know what I mean? The sentiment's kind of different at that point. So I like to see lots of green and yellows as opposed to lots of blues and kind of purple holders down there. Yeah, so that's good. You just got, I'm assuming, yeah, nice questions, man. I'm hoping, yeah, hoping you're liking your sharks, brother. Cool, good question. Um, yeah, what up, first name basis? I'm doing well, man. How about yourself? That's that's the plan. I hear you. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I do think that that's actually being patched in the update that's coming out. So the update that's coming out is pretty decent sized. So I know it's kind of sound like we're not hearing you guys out, but we're really trying to implement and kind of take all the suggestions out to you guys. Oh yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely one thing that we want to kind of bring forward because, like you said, it sucks if you buy something that's flagged and you can't resell that on the platform that you're looking to kind of do that on. So I know that's a major issue, and I do believe again that that is being patched in the update. Another thing I saw that Gatsby came out with was, or this might be on other tools as well. They had total pending transactions, which was pretty neat. I believe it was kind of right next to price and rank and date, where you can see kind of only all the pending transactions that are going through. I thought that was kind of pretty neat. So I think we are also getting something like that. But yeah, I think you guys are really gonna like the update that's gonna come out because we got a lot more tools that we're gonna kind of dive into, which is gonna be really fun. Yep. Yeah, because if we see something like a gem coming in, like I want to be able to see that. And if we can just kind of have a toggle on that, that would be pretty cool. And I thought that was a pretty nice feature on there. That that is in progress, I believe. I don't have dates on that specifically. I can ask on that for sure, and get back to you on that. Yeah, cool. Good questions. Um, Again, just kind of want to open this up to any of the holders that had any questions. Anything that you guys were kind of struggling with, or anything that you guys are looking to kind of get a better understanding of. Um, any indicators we've kind of gone over or we haven't gone over that you're looking to, I guess, dive a little deeper into. Right now would definitely be the place to do that. Also, if you guys have any suggestions on the tool and additional features you guys want to see potentially, definitely drop that here as well. If not, shoot some charts to kind of go over and we can kind of do some TA on those as well. But yeah, definitely wanted to get people's questions answered up. So if you guys have any questions, shoot them down. Oh yeah, That should, yeah. Everything inside TradingView should be optimized to work as it should. Um, I'm not sure why it's actually calculating the way it is. But yeah, you can see it's a false print because if you turn on the actual, I guess, clock, it's actually going down to like 5 seconds and just resetting. So I'm not sure why that's actually happening. I think that's again a bug on TradingView's portion or like the extension that we actually have of it. So yeah, shoot it. One more time. Hmm. So, oh, I hear you. I get you. So instead of having exactly, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna be fixed up, but I'll definitely pass that to the team today. Um, cool. Viv, what up? Mhm. So with the norm and count functions, what these are going to be basically toggle is the algorithm of rarity that we're calculating. So there's not really a specific set, I guess, concept of what rarity actually is across the board of markets. So each way that I guess each particular um, platform calculates rarity, they have to specify what rarity is. And the few functions that we actually have here are going to be norm and count. Normalization is going to indicate normalizing, I believe, the calculation of accumulation of all the traits that are coming in. So this algorithm's calculating the normality of rare traits being, I guess, very rare. So this one's not a good example. Let's look at something that is actually released. Does this have metadata? What has metadata that's released already? So, no. Okay, so something like this, where notice our ranks or our traits have kind of different ranks here, and they're kind of broken down by normalization, meaning, I guess, a number. And kind of normalizing is going to give us a mean of the total traits that are being broken down. So I guess the rarer the trait, meaning the less of the actual trait that's happening, the higher the rank that we're calculating for norm. Um, and when we're doing count calculations, we're counting the, I guess, amount of uh, the actual uh, trait calculations that we're actually doing. So, meaning the percentage of the traits that we're actually taking into account. We're taking those numbers and pulling them and taking a mean of those themselves. Um, so keeping both of these on is kind of key. There's very few projects that kind of break this norm and count function. I mean, since I've beta tested Sharks, we've maybe had to kind of break this down. Maybe what, 5 projects I can count, 4 projects in my hand that we actually had to turn this off. And basically, what it's doing is, notice if we turn norm off, we're going to see just a different trait, just a different way that's calculating the traits and giving us a mean percentage of that. So ideally, again, you kind of want to keep these on. You kind of turn them off, you will see a difference in ranks that are happening. But one of the main things that you're going to want to look at is if you start seeing lots of red ranks coming up. And again, you won't see that too often. I've seen it very few times. If you see lots of red projections, it's saying that our confidence in our rank is not the confidence, is probably not the right rarity algorithm that we're on. So if you kind of mess with that, either toggle on norm or toggle off count, you'll see the ranks change, or they actually should change because they're probably calculating on a different rarity scale. Cool. Good question. Um, I wanted to see if there were any other questions. Yeah, we do have lots more projects that are kind of popping off, at least on the 24-hour time frame. So shoot it. Mm, right. Mm, yeah. Mm, honestly, I think the best rarity is going to be given by the project themselves. And I think that's kind of really hard for a platform to do that on a mass scale. Um, because what we're calculating again is it's based off of a binary code that we're putting in there, right? It has to be calculated off something that we're assuming that that they're using as rank rarity. So I would say honestly, if you can get background information on the, I guess, project itself beforehand, that's probably going to be your best source of trying to get actual rarity before it actually comes out on projects themselves. When it comes to, I guess, getting it on the platform that we're looking at, um, I know Trait Sniper has a pretty solid one. I know their Genesis Pass or whatever is pretty up there, but theirs is pretty neat from what I've seen. Pretty accurate upon, I guess, instant reveal. Nerds, again, pretty solid one. We're very solid just when we get the actual metadata revealed itself. I do think we have to find a way to kind of automate more of the, I guess, reveals functions that are actually happening. Um, but yeah, I would throw us definitely in the top three. Mm, it's because I guess they're the way that they calculate their rarity. They could be putting an algorithm on, I guess, volume as well. I don't know. I haven't gone that deep into their rarity ranking system because honestly, the rarity ranking is not that off from what I've seen from either nerds, sharks to. Mm, mm, right. Mm, no, nah, I hear you. so kind of like basically kind of like toggle this, right? So like being able to toggle like let's say norm and count, but for specifically for OpenSea or uh, looks or trace snipe or whatever exactly I guess tool that we're looking at. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. No. Yeah, I think doing that with like charting would be very interesting. Yeah, I'll write that. I got that down. Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. Um, Shoot. Yeah, yeah, you could. Yeah, as long as there's liquidity. Yeah, yeah, no, that's a great idea. It's kind of like it reminds me of just arbitrage. Like if something's undervalued on like one site, why would you not grab that and sell that on another site where there's actually demand? You know? Yeah, yeah, that's a great idea. Well, I'll pass that to the team for sure. All right, cool. I mean, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I find myself doing that a lot too. One of the things I do, I like to, I guess, filter out markets. Because I find quote unquote smart sellers are going to be the more ones to kind of be on looks rare and I guess X2Y2. So if I'm looking to, I guess, sell something, I'm looking more to kind of look on OpenSea, even though I know you're still paying the royalty or whatever, but um, again, unless there's real liquidity coming in on other marketplaces, I kind of like to just filter to OpenSea because we're already trading illiquid assets as there are, and if we're filtering out, um, I guess where the smart sellers would be, where there's even less demand of buyers, it's not really something I'm looking to kind of do. Um, yeah, yeah. That's exactly what I was talking about. You have your, I guess, smarter sellers kind of going on these other marketplaces where you have, again, we're illiquid as it is, but where the liquidity, most of it is going to be OpenSea. And that's really where I kind of like to pop that in. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, shout out to OpenSea. They finally got their head together and put some analytics together. So Yeah. Hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. That's a perfect example of that. Was there was a project that came out and I totally forgot what it was. It was probably like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And that exact situation happened where we had rarity because again, it's it's just an algorithm that's being calculated, right? It's just a few traits that are being calculated into this algorithm and we're spitting out a few different ranks. And because they were fully released, we had the full, I guess, quote unquote rarity. But the project themselves were saying that, hey, whatever rarity's out is not right, and we can tell just by like the pictures on them. And it's kind of a that's where it's a kind of a slippery slope because really rarity comes down to the project themselves. And yeah, we can calculate it, but like you said, what's the true value of that? If that's not looked at to the project, then it there's kind of discrepancy there. Yeah, or get that information before it comes out. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. Good conversations today. We've had some really good streams the last few times. I really got to give it to you guys. Um, we are coming up on the hour mark. Again, just wanted to kind of open this up to anybody who had any questions. Definitely now's the time to kind of ask that through. We will be again trying to do these sessions twice a week. Monday, we are trying to run that 2 p.m. Eastern, and Tuesdays at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Trying to keep that consistent for you guys. If any other times work, definitely let me know, and we'll try to accommodate that as well. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, shoot it. Shoot it. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, that's a good, yeah, that's another little algo to be built right there for sure. One thing I did tell them too was kind of, I think what you're saying, trying to put, I guess, traits being popped up, kind of how we go into like, let's say skins. Notice how we have percentages right here? We should be able to, I guess, filter those particularly. Not only, yeah, mm, yeah. No, I don't even think there's an order, but yeah, having that, being able to toggle that, like either ascending, descending, or even alphabetical too would be awesome. But right here, I really want percentages because, right, I think that's one of the main things we're kind of looking for on traits. At least most times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would make sense. I like that. Um, Shoot, that's that's the plan, man. Shooting the ideas is key. I love that because that tests what we can do on our end, and the devs. I don't know. I don't give them enough credit because we're always shooting them these crazy, I guess, implementations, but somehow they find a way to do it, and I really got to praise them for that. And I guess how fast they do it may not seem fast, I guess, on the front end, but uh, they're really trying to kind of push this out for us. So that's a quality idea. I'm liking that a lot. Mm, yeah. Um, Mobile will be coming soon. That will be, I believe I can say that. Hopefully, K2's not here to fire me, but I think I can say that. Mobile is coming pretty soon. So that will not be an issue. Pretty in the near future. Can't say when that's coming out, but pretty soon, from what I know. That works. That works. Yeah, that'd be crazy. But yeah, definitely that's gonna be a reality soon. So stay in tune for that, bro. Viv, any plans to show listings from pseudo swap? I saw trades being displayed, uh, but no visible listings. That's a great question. I will have to drop that. I have seen some pseudo swap transactions go through, but again, I don't know if that's on beta as of right now. Um, but I believe in the update that we're pushing, it should have all the marketplaces across the board, and I believe that should include listings. But I'll definitely get a for sure answer back to you on that. Um, VC giveaway for best idea. Gold star of the day. I have a gold star. Gold. I don't have a gold star. Dang it. Oh, here's a gold shark for you for same basis. Cool. But yeah, if there were any more questions that anybody had, if you guys wanted to go over any more indicators, any other statistics that we're looking at, anything you kind of wanted to break down, right now is definitely the time to speak up and do that. If not, we do have another giveaway today. It's going to be the same one, just doing a tweet of one takeaway that you had from the session today. Um, just posted that in the educator chat. If you post one takeaway you had today, tagging myself and Alpha Sharks, you'll be inside the giveaway for today. I believe the winners will be posted either tonight or tomorrow, and we will get those winners out immediately. Another thing before we kind of left, if there wasn't anything to, I guess, touch up on, there is a chart inside Educator chat that I posted earlier from today, and it basically broke down a trade that we took earlier, and pretty much just breaking down the last few sessions and utilizing the same metrics that we're kind of utilizing. So if you guys get the chance, definitely check that out. Again, the amount of ETH made is not really I guess, the focus. It should be more of the percent move and I guess the process that has kind of happened there, because that ETH amount could change on the next chart that we see with pretty much the same kind of analytics, or the same type of breakdown, or the same type of setup that we're seeing. So I'm a big believer in journaling your trades, and looking back at them and seeing what worked and why they worked, or looking back and seeing what didn't work. I think that's kind of one of my favorite things to kind of do. When the trades don't work, that's pretty much where you kind of learn. And if you have a plan, that's the only way we can learn, because that gives us an output. Did it either work or did it not work? And usually when it doesn't work, that's when we happen to get our best lessons. But this one happened to work, and we can kind of see why. There were a few different ideas with the MACD, the amount of listings. But yeah, if you guys go over that, that's definitely a chart that we want to kind of learn from. But yeah, if you guys have any takeaways from the session today, you're going to want to shoot a tweet at myself, at Alpha Sharks, and you guys will be entered inside the giveaway for today. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming down and shooting all the questions. Really good conversation today, and really good breakdowns of what's to come. So appreciate y'all coming down, and definitely enter in to potentially win that giveaway. But yeah, if anybody had anything else, you guys are on the last call. Going once. Any questions, comments, concerns? Going twice. Sold. All good, man. I love you too, man. Cool. Well, that's going to be it for this week. Hope the breakdowns are starting to kind of wrap our heads around some concepts and starting to kind of glue the pieces together. If this is your first time kind of here, I know it's kind of a lot to take in, but they do get easier over time if you happen to stop by a few more. So we will be going a lot more in depth when we get the update out. So I know these might seem very slow as of right now, but trust me, it's for a reason, because we have so much stuff that we're going to be going over, but we do need to understand, I guess, the fundamentals of what's actually moving all this stuff in the first place. So again, really appreciate you guys coming down, and be on the lookout for any of the Educator sessions that we're going to be posting. And again, don't be afraid to get your tweets out to enter in that giveaway for today. But again, appreciate you guys coming down. I know you guys don't have to show up to these sessions, and really appreciate you guys, and may your guys' bags be pumped.